Alright, a quick test to see if the sound is working. Alright, a quick test to see if the sound is working. And with that, it is wonderful. Alright, I'm going to grab a quick thing of water here. And it looks like we're off to the races. All right. I know we have nobody watching yet, and that is okay. But as more people find this and come in to enjoy the absolute shenanigans that are about to take place, because I am terrible at these games, they'll be able to see, exactly why we're doing this and kind of go from there. So, just to give you a quick rundown, my wife, who is a absolute badass, has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to head to New York City with her choir, the Morris Park Singers, and take part in a concert that they were invited out to perform in at Carnegie Hall. And yeah, that's a pretty big deal. And for a lot of people, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, obviously, they aren't paying the choir's way there. Everybody has to kind of raise their own stuff, and that's where I come in. I am going to try and raise at least a little bit of money so that way she can make it to New York without having to worry about any kind of financial obligations or anything like that. If you are willing and able to donate to her, the GoFundMe is listed in the chat log. If you can't, it's not a big deal. Do not feel obligated to give money. Her trip will be taken care of regardless. I will make sure of that. But it would help just to be able to have at least a little bit of that burden lifted off of me and her, so that way she can make it and just enjoy herself. So, with that being said, let's get on the way. I have a whole checklist of things that I have set up so that way I can make it through Elden Ring with pretty much getting everything and anything that I can. I have it set up so that way if you've never played it before and when you're watching you feel, hey, this actually looks kind of fun, then you can follow along, hopefully not with the deaths. And you can use these as kind of reference points and guides, and perhaps you can look at what I'm doing and go, oh, I don't want to do that. That doesn't work very well there. And you can kind of make your own little whatchamacallit from there. So I don't know what kind of build I'm going for yet. Obviously, you have all these starting classes that you can pick from. My favorite's usually the prisoner or the samurai. Samurai has the ability for long-range battle, which is good. Prisoner starts out with a glint blade spell, which is also really good for long distance, and it has a charge up time, so that way you can make it a little bit stronger and kind of get out of hairy or tough situation or whatever the case. The only reason I would go with this guy right here is because his strength and his dexterity are already pretty dang good. And within probably an hour of starting the game, if even, you have access to an enemy that always drops a glintstone staff for your spell needs. So, I don't know. This guy's kind of a hack at the beginning. And by hack, I mean that in a good way. I mean, he can actually do some really good stuff with the spell that he has. You can even cheese the tree sentinel at the beginning. This guy has a bleed weapon, though. And if I want to do the Grail, or Grey Roll, the Jelly Roll Dragon, how about that? if you want to do the dragon without having to go special over a bridge of sacrifice to get the is it the Morning Star? Yeah, I think it's the Morning Star. Or building up the 18 dexterity necessary to get the flail from the gatefront ruins. He's already got a good head start. But I think for now, I'm going to go with this gentleman, woman thing. I don't know with head cover, but I'm going to make sure that it's type B. That's a woman. We're going to go, let's see. I suck. Please don't kill me. There we go. Perfect. Keepsake, you can always start out with something to kind of help you along. Crimson Amber Medallion, well, it tells you everything up there, increases your max HP. I tend to go with this one or this one, simply because this will give you more healing flasks. This will give you a good amount of runes to begin with. Could go Stone Sword Key for once. Boiled Prawn, you can only use it once, and you can actually buy it in bulk later on. So I think I'm just going to stick with this. Base template, don't need to worry about that because I already have my favorites. I can go with this one, or I can go with that one. This one, or that one. Let me see here. This one looks like a spellcaster. This one looks like a warrior, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to be heading more for a melee route anyway. Yep, I'm good with that. Okay, I suck, please don't kill me. It's a lady, age is young, origin of prisoner with the lands between room keepsake. Let's do it.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever brilliant gold mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. A loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
Loathsome dung eater. I just had to get that out of my system. Anyway, this is where we start. That's Our Lady. Break a couple chairs. And as we cross the bridge, you're going to find me doing something that usually in any game is against any rules. You're going to come over here. All right, he's already jumping up. Let's die. In the couple of years that I've had this, I've never been able to beat Grafted Scion the first time up. That's how bad I am. Donkey.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Oh. So you get a flask of Crimson Tears and a flask of Cerulean Tears. The red is for healing. The blue is for restoring your magic. And that is for me. So, normally, all you'd have to do is just go up that door, go outside, and start the whole experience. However, if you are new to the game, going down this pit where this young man is situated is a good idea. Cave of Knowledge lies below. Brave Tarnish, take the plunge of learning and remembrance. Recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood. Nice. Here we go. Shoop. These, if you're Dark Souls folks, are kind of like your bonfires. They're places where you can rest, take it easy, refill all your healing and magic refills. I'm going to invert that because I use magic way more than health if I'm using magic to begin with. As I go on and I start doing more melee stuff, that'll obviously flip around because, you know, you put yourself in more danger, a little bit more in harm's way. You need a little bit more healing. I have Magic Limp Blade up, which is perfect. I have nothing in my chest, so that's not a big deal. And the only other thing I'm going to do, switch that to my right hand and move that up a slot. And I'm going to unequip that. All right. Parry, stab, strong, stab slash. There's your first enemy. What do? That's right. Stab him in the butt. What about this guy? I did not stab him in the butt. How about you? I also did not stab him in the butt. Perfect. There's somebody up there, so you might as well just sprint it on over here. Start picking up some of these. Just assume that I'm going to pick up anything that... Oh, that was bad. Try again. Oh, he's coming. Usually I mess at least one of these up. Hi, buddy. How about you? See, I'm doing really well on the parry stuff right now, but these are very, very telegraphy enemies, I guess is the best way to put it. Not always going to be that easy, which is why I usually don't parry at all. Because if I try to parry, I'll just end up making myself look like a fool. I've just been lucky thus far. And these guys are super easy to parry anyway. There we go. Now we have a super mega boss coming up. Okay. Basically, the point of that boss is to kind of get you accustomed to everything that you just learned after reading those inscriptions on the ground. That is an emote And you can change out the kind of stuff you do with like rallying cries. You can just sit on the ground for rest. Let's go. We just got that one. Yes, I am strunk. Also, keep your eyes open for these, because the more of these that you see on the overworld, you'll find golden seeds. And golden seeds help you get more flasks. Sometimes I'll mute every once in a while. That way you don't hear me going for a drink of water or doing a throat clear or coughing or hearing the dog fart. One of the options there. Doesn't matter. Want it muted. We have arrived into the wonderful world of the lands between. Take a good look around. This is where you were dumped. And all that stuff that you can see is pretty much fully explorable. From those hills up there to that bridge leading over to that tower over there. Heck, that tree looks nice. Maybe we can check that out later on, if I'm good enough. There we be. And let's talk to this thing, person, gentleman, ma'am.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Well, that was an uplifting speech. And he told me I had no bees.
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you, Tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a Tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you, Tarnished, to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Again, uplifting. Thanks.
Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly. To Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted. It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you, if you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
Alright, I think I'm done listening to that guy. Anyway, have a seat here. And what we're trying to do, well, before I do that, let's explain what he said. See that big golden line that's kind of pointing, telling you where you need to go. And, as luck would have it, It's pointing directly at that building right there. There's a big golden potato down there, riding around on a big jumbo donkey. So we're going to kind of give him a wide berth. And if you see any of these golden glowing skulls, roll over them, pick them up. Free runes. Runes are used to level your character. Oh. Stay away from me. Thank you, big giant golden potato. There we go. Stop in here. We'll pick up our first smithing stone, which is used to upgrade our weapons. You can do that here, but we're not going to actually do it yet. We're going to hold out for something here for a couple of minutes.
You're tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Carle, purveyor of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer. You know, if you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
Perfect. So, with that being said... Oh, that's right, I have the recent items tab up. You can sell your runes. And we will buy a couple of things from him. Crafting kit. Crackpot. Bone arrow. Nope, I don't want any of these yet. I'll take that.
I'm glad you took my... You've made an
I know, I have made an excellent choice. Okay, so I can't level up yet, and I need to fix that. So, let's go take care of that right now. Out the side of the church here, facing north, just kind of center your compass right there. And run. Pick up some fruit. Apparently you can pick up some poop too. Haha! And especially for right now, mushrooms, you also want to pick those up. Very important for a couple of the pots that we want to make. We'll discover that so we can come back to that in a little bit. Go out of the cave and take a left. Don't worry, we'll be back for all of you. Oh, is that what I think it is? It was, but it looks like it spawned on the inside of the rock. That sucks. And if you sit here, remember when you said you were maidenless, that you had no bees? Say hello to your friend.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord.
I already have a CRV, thank you very much.
Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless.
You are the second person.
I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength.
Really?
To aid you in your search for the Elden Ring.
Okay.
You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree.
Saying yes to strange women that just materialize out of thin air seems like a great idea. I accept.
Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring.
I am so bequeathed.
Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
Awesome. So now, as you can see in your menu, as you sit at one of these sites of grace.
Shall I turn your runes to strength?
Yes.
Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
Okay, the reason I'm doing this is because I need at least 12 strength if I'm going to two-hand one of the swords I'm going to go for. I want to get this up to 16. For now, I'm good with doing this. And then I can focus on getting, like, mind up a little bit. I can focus on getting intelligence up. Kind of want to do a spell sword thing where I use Night Comet. I know, everybody uses Night Comet from whatever you've seen because it's really overpowered, but I need to be as overpowered as possible. I suck at this game. So, with that being said, 12 Vigor, 12 Endurance, and 12 Strength should be more than enough for what we need. And as you can see, your runes that you earned and sold off to the merchant have gone down. That is to purchase all the points necessary to be able to level up. So, there's that. Now, I always hotkey this to my up button when I hold the triangle button down. Since I'm playing this on PS5, it is triangle. We'll be back here in a second, but for now, let's go back to the Church of Ella.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word? A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent.
Yeah, I know how to call a horse.
Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master.
A spirit calling bell and lone wolf ashes, which will come in handy here in a couple seconds.
'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erd Tree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly. as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest. Forgive, I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the tarnished tire of obeisance to the 2 fingers?
I don't know what you're talking about. I got 5 of them. Well, I got another 5 over here. 5 plus 5... 5 plus 5... Screw it. Anyway, you go back to the Grace. And you can talk to the lady who just promised to be your maiden.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Earth Tree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Also I hear, you can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden.
Sure can, Toots. What else you got to say?
Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden Ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring.
That's all she has to say, because as you notice, there's no glowing orb next to her dialogue option. So with that being said, let's pass some time. And let's rearrange this stuff down here. First thing, no, I want to do health, magic, wolvies. And then I want to go back up to Gatefront. We can pick up a map there, as well as a few other really helpful things. Lord's Horn's Greatsword, perfect. So, you see the big red X there. It says, oh, you can't handle this thing. Too big for you. Unless you wield it in both hands. At which point, that penalty over on the physical part of it, 136 minus 54, will turn in to 136 plus 23. Once you get the proper strength for it, and I'll show you here. So you got the Lord's Horn's Greatsword. Down on the middle part of the column there, you'll see attributes required. It's 2 sections underneath the actual icon of the sword itself, and strength is labeled in red. That is because it requires 16 strength, and I only have 12. I can two-hand it and be just fine, or I can get up to 16 and wield it with one hand, which is what I want to go for. And apparently I can talk to my maiden again. Cameraman.
Me? I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost.
I don't think you're telling me the truth, but that's okay. At least you don't have anything more to say. Anyway, oh, I want to reset the motion on these guys here. There we go. Now we can start doing stuff. All right, first things first. Come back over here. Stabby stab in the butt. Alright. He didn't drop anything. That's fine. We're gonna clear out this whole side of the camp first. That way you only got one thing you gotta worry about. Yeah, come and get me, dude. You too? And then there's one more guy over here. And you can sneak up very well right behind him and stab him in the butt. Right in the pooper. And then you can jump up here and you can get yourself a flail. This requires 18 dex, if I'm remembering right. Yep. There's another weapon that you can use, and the only reason I want to get this is because it's another option for anybody that wants to go dexterity instead of like kind of a mix between strength dex and then like intelligence or faith, arcane, stuff like that. So, oh, perfect opportunity. See that guy with the horn? Take care of him. Oh, he just saw me. Run! Okay, he's turning around. Very good. So, we got a map. Let's run back up here, get into a safe position. Now, you have a little bit of topography that you can look over. So, there's the church that you were at. There's the cave you discovered on the way. There's the site of grace for that. Now we're going to clear out this side of the camp. Oh, he dropped something. Is it a shield? Because it... Ooh, ooh. Boo. No. I need a shield. Alright, let's take care of this guy. Nope. As soon as that big guy with the shield turns around... Alright. Lock onto this guy. And... Oh, well that was dumb. I'll be back for the rest of that stuff. Now, we have... free runes, some row fruit. Come and get me, sir. Ooh-ah! Ooh, ooh-ah. Sir, I need you to back up. Sir, I need you to back up. Sir, I need you to back up. Thank you. I need to get me a brass shield. Do not look at me. Thank you, sir. Get a good charge in for that. Bam. That should be good for him. And then that will leave the main patrolling big shield dude over yonder. All right, here's the play. Backstab. Summon. Oh god. Refill magic and just start casting these bad boys. And that's that. What? It was a bottle, dude. Chill. Good dog, though. All right. So that takes care of the camp. You are free to roam about the cabin. God, I'm freaking out already. Anyway, there's some butterflies that we want to pick up, and the reason we're picking these bad boys up is because with smoldering butterflies and I think mushrooms, you will be able to make fire bombs. Fire bombs scale with strength. So if you are looking to have something else to kind of complement your offensive capabilities, fire pots, at least in the early game, are perfect. I thought there was another skull over here that I could get, but I guess I was wrong. That leaves one more thing for us. Where am I going? Right there. Come down the stairs, open the door, and ta-da! A whetstone knife. Very necessary for what we want to go for. Whetstone knife allows you to add affinities to different weapons. But I will go over that in a little bit because I have a visitor. It'll probably be about 10, 20 minutes or something like that. So give me a little bit. I will come back and party with you guys in a little while. So 20 minutes, give or take. I will be back, and I will make sure to keep typing in there just so that way you guys know that I am still around. So going on mute, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright, I apologize for that delay. My uncle decided to stop by with his 2 little fur babies. And because of that, I got hung up a little bit. So, we are back to butt stabbing these guys to see if I can get a brass shield. No. Haha, nothing. I'll do it a couple times just to make sure that I can get one. If I can't, not a big deal. There's a viable shield over in the Shafra River that I can get. That's a possibility. Oh, well, look at that. So I can use that. No, I can't use that. I need 16 strength just like this bad boy. Shoot. Well, okay. At least we got it. We can fix that as we go. Now what I want to do, I don't know why I came back up here, but here we go. We're going to ride like the wind this way, and we're going to find another side of grace. Oh, I know you're around here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Ayo. Perfect. Now, on my way over to Shafra River, well, I'm going to do a couple things. One is find Monkey Boy. I'm going to get an Ash of War. Gonna pick up probably one more Site of Grace and then head on over and pick up another map fragment. And that should be good from there, because I can also get the Mistwood ruins at that point too. So to find the monkey, you just come over here.
You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
Not a problem, don't worry. See this bush? It's out of place. Roll into it.
Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really.
So he's a demi-human. He's a good demi-human.
Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
He gives you 10 mushrooms. Didn't know it was legal in the lands between.
Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore.
Buddy, you don't need to do anything for me, but if you feel the need, I will not stop you. Here we go. Hey, shoot. Yeah, I don't want to be caught by that guy. The people on horseback aren't that bad to deal with, but I would much rather not deal with them just yet. is the guy we're looking for. So, determination, got. The site of grace we're looking for is kind of in this area. As long as we're here, though, we can pick up a couple of smithing stones. Numero uno. And a somber smithing stone. Good stuff. Now. He wants to chase me. That's fine. Oh, wait. No, it's not in this direction. Not yet, anyway. Armorer's Cookbook. Doesn't matter because there is still a site of grace over here that we can get. Oh. You can run over those glowing skulls with your horse, too. Come down here. There's a site of grace. So, not where I wanted to go to begin with. However, it's not a big loss. One more thing we can get while we're up here. It's over by the wolves. Right there. Golden rune. Perfect. I'm not trying to F with you. So, now that we are back on our way to doing stuff properly, take those butterflies as long as I'm at it. This is the path you wanted to go down. And right over by that arch, at least on the... Somebody's trying to fire arrows at me. There it is. You can see the little golden glimmer. Here's the Mistwood Ruins site of grace that I was looking for. Now I want to go over this way. I know there's a bear over there. Sometimes he'll screw up a lot of stuff, but I'm just going to hide in this bush. See, he likes to fake patrol over to the left, turn back around. And right about there. Perfect. Now there is a bear that we can kind of walk in the direction of over here. Still want to kind of give him almost a wide berth. that is where we're going to be going next, just to get a quick little bonfire in. What? Did I already? Oh, there we go. So here's the plan. Going to kind of position ourselves behind a little bit. Going to pick up some poop. Oh, I got 2 poops. Awesome. So anyway, call a horse, pick up that cookbook, and book it over to the marker. That's the plan, Stan. Let's go. For the horde. Oh. Usually he gives me trouble, like big time trouble. Not this time, apparently. And now we're going down. Elden Ring has an abundance of environments and caves and fortresses that you can explore and pick up some stuff in. And every single time I come down here, it's just impressive. It is pretty. That will be an area that we explore a little bit later as part of a quest line for our favorite Smurf wizard. Welcome to the Schaffer River. A couple things we can pick up down here. Oh, a couple things we can... Yeah, there we go. We can pick up down here. I think this is a golden rune. There is a ghost glove wart here. Well, that was a waste. Pick that up. Ow. Ow. That was a golden rune. Can I get you? Yes. Perfect. A little bit of platforming never hurt anybody, so once again... Oh, shoop. I don't like dealing with these guys, but... Oh, God. That's not good. I've made a terrible mistake. I have made a terrible mistake. Okay. Note to self. Magic. Use magic. I told you guys I would suck at this. And I always deliver on my truth. Alright. Stop picking your butt. Pull out your horse. If you're wondering what that glowy thing was, it was just a mushroom. And it's not the mushrooms I'm even looking for, so... Let's go. Up here. Because 2,000 souls is a lot to lose out on this early. Can I get you from here? Yes, I can. Oh boy, that's not good. Bubble still wanted to come for me. All right. All right, this time I promise to be more careful. Matter of fact, we should be able to take him out with a sword this time. Now that there's only one there. Hey, hold up. Backstab him. There we go. Perfect. Okay. There is something down there. I don't know if I'll be able to get it just yet. Got him. Okay. Very nice. It's not like it's a great pickup, but in terms of collecting stuff, I'll take it. Sure to stop over here and pick up another ghost glove wart. Gonna go on a tour over here. Some smithing stone. Some soap. Just in case my bum ass needs a shower. Another golden rune. Okay, now we can go up. Look, man, it's been a while since I've played this, so I'm like rusty and I'm bleh when it comes to remembering where to go, how to do stuff. But I do have myself a checklist that I set up, so that way anybody else could kind of follow along and be like, okay, well, cool, here we go. Right, the rest of the stuff in this area doesn't matter. Just want to hug the right wall. There's one more thing we're going to pick up down here. Two more things, sorry. First thing we're going to do is get our sneak on and come on over here. That cookbook is most excellent. I'm sorry, 3 things. Okay, I have lied to you for a second time. So that was the first. This is just on the way to other stuff. What we're going to do is follow this cliff edge up on the left edge, so that way we don't get aggravation from any of those bull types. Arteria leaf. Inverted hawk heater shield. Let's see. Yeah, we can use it, which is perfect. Follow the right edge back down here. And drop off the edge. Hornbow, perfect. Trina's lilies. I believe there are around like 80 of them. In this game, so be very sparing at first when you start out because you don't get a lot of them. There's Ghost Glove right there. Carefully make your way up this way and come around to this side for a stone sword key. Yeah. Perfect. Alright. I got everything that I want at this point, so I will get my cutie patootie booty out of there. Next stop I'm going to make is the Mistwood Ruins. And that involves going back up the elevator. This is one of those sections I've done a couple times, and as pretty as it can be. Sometimes I wish they had a fast forward option. Why am my NPC looking like the GIMP though? Hold on. There we go. That's better. Or I don't know. Would you prefer that? I don't know, man. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, ooh, pretty. As we near the top, you can hear the themes change, and you are back to the world above ground. Our next stop is right next door at this tree. Well, yeah, this big old tree. You can take the time to collect these tarnished sunflowers if you so desire. If not, not a big deal. Spike crack tier and a green spill crystal tier. Those will come in handy a little bit later, depending on what kind of build you go for. As long as I'm here, there is an Ash of War that I can pick up. Oh, is that resin? Yes, it is. I can make something good with that. There should be another Ash of Wars. There we go. You know, if you want to play it safe, kind of find yourself elevation on this rock here, back up. Charge one of your magic glint blades and then just toss out the remainder as quick fire. So charge, quick fire, quick fire, quick fire. Oh no. Got him. Woo! All right. If you're looking at your map here, you zoom in. This is where you're at. There's a little patch here. And on this little corner, just go ahead and put a marker. Ooh, can you hear that? Can I howl some more, sir? Yes? No? Maybe? I guess not. Well, at least you have him marked now. Blythe the Half-Wolf. In order to get him to come down, you got to go back to the Church of Ella. Sir, I was in the middle of an explanation. Fine. Back to the Church of Ella we go.
Wait, weren't you? Well, you're back. The howl of a wolf. In the Mistwood, I suppose he must still be skulking about. I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl, make this signal right under the source. Oh, don't fret. There is nothing to fear. I just have an inkling the two of you might hit it off.
There, you snap your fingers at him and he's good.
There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now, though the Elden Ring is shattered. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine. Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
Perfect. Now, give me a second. Sometimes I gotta clear my throat. I don't want to do that over the loudspeaker. That would be yuck. So now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go talk to Wolfie Boy again, and then we're going to head over to a section in the south portion of the map. Bow knife would be good. Actually, let's...
Goodbye.
Hold on. Yeah, I can already do bone darts, so that's okay. I can make fire pots, but I'm going to hold off on that for now. I can make poop bombs. Rainbow stones look pretty useless, but in the later portion of the game, yeah, there are a couple sections where it is absolutely necessary. So that's for your horse. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Now, let's do this again. Want to do what we can to avoid all the bear boys over here. Mushroom. Ooh, I don't like that. Sacrificial twig. No. Son of a bitch. Sir, this is a Denny's. Leave me alone. No. Goddamn bears. Those godless killing machines. Alright. Blythe, buddy, we gotta talk. Alright, so remember, you need to use the finger snack to get them down. Right there. Doing that calls them down.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Never the bloody busybody. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward. Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale.
Alright, so with that being said, Blythe's dialogue is exhausted, and before we head back up, I want to go here. For multiple reasons. One, because there's a fort down there that we have to clear out anyway. But we won't do that till later. And two, there is a site of grace. And that's the main reason. So as long as we're here, let's clear this out. It's another smithing stone for us. Alright, this is where it gets hairy. You can pick up this and this without any issues. No. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump over that little brick there, down the stairs, pick up the axe talisman. I'm going to quit out, so that way it resets him. I'm going to ride my horse, and I'm going to pick up the rest of this stuff. Here we go! Goodbye. Alright, axe talisman. That is good for charge attacks. Might actually be okay to put on for now. He's still asleep. I don't like doing this because I know if I try to hot dog this, I'll get embarrassed in front of all of my YouTube friends. However, I also promised a lot of death. And death issue receive. Get on your horse, and if you feel like suiciding it, I should have spent my souls before this. Pick up the rest of the stuff. Let's go. Time to go. All right, we made it out of there with our life intact. Doobie. All right. Site of Grace unlocked. So now you have access to Fort Height when you need it. We could go discover the merchants up here. It's not really important just yet, but I think just for the sake of completion, we will do that real quick. Kind of cross this road, follow it. You'll see a bunch of demi-humans. You can avoid them. You'll see a campfire.
Dear customer, That's right. Welcome, valued customer. Please, I'm hungry.
He's hungry. Alright, so you'll see that he also sells some Trina's Lily. He also... Oh, nice. I will buy those. Beast Lure Pot and Exalted Flesh is actually a good one to be learning. That's okay, I'll be back for you. But at least now he's marked on the map, so no worries about losing out on trying to find him later. He's always going to be on your map. For now, let's go back to Aguil Lake North. I placed a marker. It is getting dark, and I don't want to fight night cavalry yet. Let's pass some time. There we go. Once again, you'll be riding past some familiar territory here. There's the bridge where we got our first smithing stone. Oh, nice mushrooms. You can collect whatever you want on the way. That we will be getting later. However, it is surrounded by that crab and then 2 giant hidden crabs underneath. So don't worry about picking that stuff up yet. I missed a mushroom. This is one of the renewable things that you can pick up every time you rest at a site of grace. So right there at Aguil Lake South, you got yourself a good place to pick up 1 mushroom at a time. Perfect. Hooray, everybody cheer. I didn't die on this run. Usually I do to that bear. I know we can get a larval tier, which are used to respec your character. And if you can see him right where my sword is pointing, right? No, come on. Right there. That dude, that unassuming little zombie dude, turns into this huge pain-in-the-butt rune bear. And he is way above my pay grade. I suck at fighting at this level one-on-one with a rune bear, so I am going to avoid that for right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that in my notes as a point of interest to come back to. So give me 1 second here. Perfect. All right. Now, we're going to help Blythe out. Because not only will you get some decent souls for doing so, you are also going to get a very nice weapon. A lot of people can actually use this weapon well into the late game if they choose to do so. Hi, buddy. There we go. We can pick up another golden rune as long as we're at it. Where all those worms are is where our destination is. Forlorn Hound Everjail. Yes, that's jail, not gowl, gale, goal. It's Everjail. Enter. And the good news about this is Blythe has a summon sign in here. Use him.
Darrowell, rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
All right, he is ready to fight, and so are we. We have our shield. We have our staff. We're not using a sword because I'm not getting up to and close with that dude yet. So here's what we're going to do. As soon as you step off this stone circle, boss is going to spawn over there. So step off and run backwards. So that way Blythe takes the aggression right away. There you go, dude. Probably going to come at me. Yep. Let him take the brunt of it. Got him. It's over. Bloodhound's Fang. That is a big ol' sword. Has bleed build up on it. It's a slow swinger though, so don't expect to usually get any good bleeding damage out of it. But it does have a nice skill on it called Bloodhound Step. 18 strength, 17 dexterity to use. Which, I mean, I got to get my strength and dex up at least that high anyway. Unless I'm going to use like Moon Veil or something like that. Blah, blah, blah. Apparently I can use the hornbow too. Nice. After you're done, go talk to Blythe.
Right. There you are. Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize.
Excellent. Somber smithing stone. Somber smithing stones, as opposed to regular smithing stones. Sombers take care of special weapons, like the Bloodhound Fang that we just got. Smithing stones take care of like regular stuff, like daggers or basic long swords and stuff like that.
Oh yes. I should say, if you venture north to Raya Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon. That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we part in ways.
Nice. Straight to the point. I kind of like this guy. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, we got one other thing that we can pick up over here that strength builds might like. It is another version of a bonk hammer. Trina's Lily. Definitely don't miss out on that. And if you're around the bend over here, there's going to be some more... Oh, not there. But that Spirit Spring going down, you want to jump on that for sure. Oh, for sure. Another golden rune. Very good. Yeah, just over there, there's going to be an item that you can pick up in a gaggle of demi-humans. That's the large club that you want to go for. So right here. Is a very nice bonk weapon. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I need in this area. So now, that is done. We can go back to the Mistwood outskirts because we are going here. Gentleman by the name of Kenneth Height. We're going to go visit him, make new friends, broaden our horizons, do great things, everything in between.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the True Order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor.
You, sir, are indeed a sucker. What do you need to say, bud?
Ah, you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but, no. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a Tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the True Order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool, and plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval. Yes, now allow me to furnish you with a little advice. I would take great care to avoid Godric's Tarnished hunts were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing Tarnished like you for the sake of grafting. Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Radahn in that castle. Then he insulted Melania, lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots, rather than die like a man. Has he no shame, the big girl's blouse? And to think, he's the blood of Godfrey, last of the golden lineage. You almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me.
Yeah, look, Ken, it's a big ask, but I'll see what I can do. So, at this point, since we're in the area, there is a cookbook over here, and we are also going to go get a couple things out of a church, and then get a certain Ash of War, which is also in the area. Get on your horse, face to the north, let's go. Curve off to your right, and you're going to see a graveyard. This is where you want to go. Graveyards like this hold a plethora of golden runes. There's one, there's two, there's three, there's four. Jump up here and take one of the most important cookbooks that you can know of, the Fever's cookbook. You can make sleep potions with that, or sleep pots, excuse me. There's another golden rune, and yet another golden rune. I'm saving mine up for right now. If you want to sell those by going back to the merchant and using them as you see fit, go for it. And I'm going to kind of hold on to mine for right now. You come down on this gravestone, and then fall down on this gravestone, and then jump down from there. Face back kind of to the north. You're going to see two of these. You want to jump on that bad boy right there, but before you do, make one of your sleep pots. Boom. We're equipping it. And as you look down, there's another one of those big-ass bears again. You're going to kind of get to the edge here. You're going to chuck a pot at him by locking on. As soon as you hit him and he starts falling asleep, you're going to jump on your horse, jump to that one, that kind of tombstone sticking out there, down and collect that. Go under the waterfall and collect what's there, and then go back out. And go. Here we go. Smithing stone to Trina's lily, and let's get the heck out of Dodge, please. We'll be at that church here in just a second. Let's get up here, kind of mosey over here. There's a wolf. That's what we're looking for. What you want to do is you want to position yourself so that way that dot is right about there. That's considered behind the dung beetle for some reason. Get up. Charge attack. Okay, it only took one, but Sacred Blade, very important Ash of War going forward. Hop back on your horse if you feel like it. If you don't feel like it, don't hop back on your horse. It's your game. Do what you want with it. Crimson Crystal Tear and a Flask of Wondrous Physic. That is going to be a wonderful tool for us as we go forward and start getting into tougher battles. And then there you have a Sacred Tear. Sacred Tears up the amount of healing you get per flask. So say, you know, I'm just throwing out random number here. If your flask would usually recover about 100 hit points, adding a Sacred Tear into the mix would allow you to restore for like 110 or 120 or something like that. You get the idea of it. It basically increases the amount that you can heal by. Don't use my numbers because I guarantee you I'll get people going, yeah, that's wrong. Because I know it is. The concept is not, but the numbers are. Let's talk to Melina as long as we're here.
Spoken echoes linger here. Words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you.
Sure.
Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
All right. Well, she was talking in the perspective of Marika. who's kind of the focus of Elden Ring, which, you know, you'll hear more about as you play along. Let's increase the amount replenished by flasks. And now you can see you are up to +1. Flask of Cerulean Tears and Crimson Tears are now to +1, which means you can heal for more and you can restore more magic. Good stuff. And as long as we're here, Ashes of War, Lordsworn's Greatsword, put on Sacred Blade, Sacred Affinity. Boom. There we go. So, the reason this is so important is your weapon art is actually pretty powerful, especially against like undead and stuff like that. L2, or left trigger if you're on Xbox, will do this. You have a projectile that you fire, and it imbues your sword with blessed energy, which means that instead of having to double tap a skeleton to be able to make sure it's dead, you can just deplete its life bar the first time, and as long as your sword's glowing like that, takes care of any undead the first time around, instead of having to be like, hey, why is his corpse glowing with like a black fire? That's when you usually have to hit him. Doesn't even happen with a blessed blade. So there we go. Not a bad start. We have plenty of golden runes that we can sell. I'm holding on to those yet. Got a couple bars of soap. Rune fragment. These are going to be pretty important later on down the line too, until you get a spell that can clear up rot. Trust me, you don't want rot on you. That boosts item discovery. Sweet. And we might as well mix this before we call it an evening. So, flasks. No, Wondrous Physic. We have three options. One restores half of the total hit points in your mixed physic. This boosts your stamina in a mixed physic, and this enhances charged attacks, which, coupled with the talisman that you got by running away from the goddamn bear, can actually be pretty powerful. But because I like to err on the side of safety, hit points and stamina for some extra hits and spell casts. And that's it. I am going to assign that to my right directional thing here. There we go. That way it saves an item slot, and we can put more stuff down here that we deem a little bit more important. That's it. I could sell the golden runes, get my stuff up enough to be able to carry both Lordsworn and this. You know what? I think before I quit out, I'll do that. Because I believe... Let me check my checklist, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to the catacombs that are very close to this. Stormfoot Catacombs, yes, indeed. Very close to the Church of Ella, which is just basically past the broken wall there, kind of going north-northwest. So let's sell these off. Actually.
Wonderful. I'm glad I pointed you in his direction. He's boorish, blunt, and couldn't find his nose with both hands. But he's a good egg. I think the two of you are sure to find the best in one another.
Oh, good. All right, let's...
Goodbye.
Before I do that, what am I at for... I could level up 3 times. That's not going to be enough. So, yeah, let's...
What?
Sell.
Goodbye.
18,000 runes. Very good. $16, 18. Believe it or not, I'm going to start putting into mind here because I think I'm good with where I'm at for hit points for now. Might get a little hairy sometimes, but what are you going to do? 16 and 18 is also the base requirements outside of intelligence for Moonveil, so kind of wanted to get there to begin with. Defense power is going up. Kind of wish. I mean, I could go do the Grail dragon deal, but honestly, not really that big of a deal. I can hold the brass shield. You know what, for right now, just because I have a lower max equip load, I'm going to see if that is good enough to... There. So now I've used what I want to. Let's get our stuff on here. Brass shield. And Lord Sworn's, yeah, perfect. It's still rolling at a good rate. And the good thing about this shield is it comes equipped with no special skill. So that means you can't parry with the shield. However, because of that, you're also allowed to do Sacred Blade without having to worry about, oh, well, crap, I can only parry with this, so I need to double up and do that. Because usually in any other case, this has parry on it. If you use L2 with a shield that has the parry animation, yeah, you can't do that. But because Brass Shield does not, bam. You're good to go. So, I'm going to hold it off for here. Might do more later on. I don't know yet. Uh-oh, I think I got a text from the wife. Well, of course I'm still rocking. I've only died like twice. Hello, sweetheart. So the lady that just decided to ring in with a chat is my wife, and she is the reason I am doing this fundraiser. She is the one with the wonderful opportunity to go to perform with her choir, the Morris Park Singers, at Carnegie Hall in New York. And that's the whole reason I am doing this stream and the streams that will be following. This is one of the things that I know how to do to be able to try and engage people and try and put some attention on what she's doing. She's a marvelous woman. She's a little off on her judgment because she agreed to marry me, but that's beside the point. The point is she's got a wonderful opportunity, and so does her choir, to go and do this once-in-a-lifetime thing at Carnegie Hall in New York City in the middle of January, of course, but still, Carnegie Hall, New York, once-in-a-lifetime thing for her, and I want to get her there without her having to worry about the financial burden that it comes with, because the people that invited her out are not paying for the choir's way to go. That's why I'm raising funds. And again, as I stream more of this, I want you guys to come in, say hello, enjoy me passing away more than once or twice or 100 times. It's going to happen. But also, do not feel the obligation to make a donation. If you would be kind enough to be able to share it so that way others that might be willing to donate, so that way it gets more eyes on it, perfect. That's doing just as much as handing money to her yourself. So any attention that I can bring on to help her get her on her way to New York without any of that worry and without having to worry about how she's going to get there, very much appreciated. So with this, I am going to call it a night. Well, at least I'm going to call it for a little bit because I need to go and play with the dog. He's over there looking kind of sad right now. So if you tuned in, thank you very much. If you did not and you're catching this at a later time, I will be back with more streaming. That way you can yell at me and do whatever you need to do to be able to go, well, why didn't you do stuff this way? Sir, because I am dumb as hell when it comes to this. But seriously, I appreciate the attention. Like I said, if you can donate, please do that. If you can't, if you can share the GoFundMe with somebody else that would be willing to, that would be wonderful too. But don't feel the obligation to have to donate. That's not what I like doing on these streams. It's not what I like doing in real life. I'm not forcing anybody to make any kind of pledge that might be a little bit too difficult, especially during these times. So I'll be back. Hope you guys have a good time with whatever you do tonight. I hope you had fun watching this. Sorry for the little pause in the middle there. I had to entertain the uncle and his pups, but I will be back hopefully tomorrow without any interruptions. I will be back tomorrow, just hopefully without interruptions. So have a good night, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Have a good one.